All right, everybody, we are live. TSO Services representing. I'm gonna do something I've never done before. I'm gonna cut my own hair live on camera. So I have a show tonight, and I wanted to just cut my hair, and probably gonna go live from the show tonight since my YouTube channel is allowing me to do so. But in the meantime, in between time, I just wanted to chop this mop so we can get a nice little fresh fade going for the show tonight. First things first, is you gotta get all the hair traveling in the same direction. You're gonna brush it down over your lining. Make sure it's coming down as far as possible. Gotta have one of these for the dust and the dandruffs. The hardest part when you're cutting your hair is really the back. But I've been cutting my hair since I was in high school. So I've got a lot of practice with cutting the back of my hair, and I'm still not good at it. Make sure the hat is nice. First thing we gotta do is take some off the top, take some off the sides. The easiest thing to do is just gonna be try to get it as even around as possible. So we gotta break out the Andes. And he's got clean and jams. I don't really cut anybody else's hair, so I don't always sanitize my clippers. But if you are cutting somebody else's hair, make sure your clippers are sanitized. Well, garden variety alcohol gets the job done. And you should sanitize your clippers after use. That way you don't have to sanitize them before use. But, you know, get it how you live. Got the Andes T-liners. Just need a little bit of alcohol going down the blade. Going right down the blade on these two. Let them run for a couple seconds. A little bit of toilet paper. Wipe these joints off. Alright, we're ready to cut some hair. It's easier for me to make the right side match the left side as opposed to the other way around. So what we'll do today is we'll do the left side first. I'm gonna start from about here, right? Because that's about, you can't see behind this point. Even if you turn your head to the side, you can't really see from any further than this. So you want to about start from right here going forward, right? So I brush my hair forward. I'm gonna cut my hair going forward. Not bad, not bad. I'm going to keep the clippers flat. So the front end of the clippers are touching the head, but this part is raised off of your head. So you do it a few times until you feel like no more hair is coming off. On the sides, I go down because this is how I brush my hair. So you really want to cut your hair the way you brush it. Let the guard fully stretched out, so I can see a little bit behind my ear. So I'm gonna do that. You can pull the ear down. Try to keep the blade flat across your head as much as you can. Go over it until you feel like there's no more hair coming off. I ain't even gonna lie, I was pressing down and the blade closed on me, so as you can see here, it's a little lighter than here, but it's okay because it's gonna get blended anyway. Alright, so I'm gonna go back as far as I can see. Alright, boom. You can also use the mirror to get some better angles. And then sometimes you can come across, like if you hold the clippers upside down like this and you come across the back of your head this way. If you have a mirror on this side, then you can see that side of your head as well. So this will allow me to get a little further back, but still this is not how you want to approach trimming the back of your head. Get as much behind the ear as you can. Right. And alright, so now we're gonna go forward so we can get the top. Periodically use the brush to to keep the hair out so it can continue to cut optimally. But now we're gonna just even the top. I'm gonna go right here. And we're gonna go even across the top. The hair will gather in the blades. Let it fall to the ground. Right. I'm going across now so I can get a deeper cut, but it's still going to look the same once I'm done making it all even. So sometimes you want to go at that angle right there so you can get as much of the hair as possible. And then you just want to make sure you brush it down so it stays going towards the front. You want to go down over the edge of your lining so that thing is laying down as much as possible. You should see hair falling right in front of your face. That lets you know that the hair is it's actually still cutting. And it's just taking it lower and lower. All right, now I'm going at the opposite angle so I can start cutting down across the side. And the louder you hear the clippers get, that means the more hair is picking up. So you just have to know your hair, or your barber has to know your hair, because your barber is going to go with the grain of your hair. Let's make sure this joint's even. Now the crown of your head is where you want to be careful. And this area of your hair is where your hair is going in multiple directions, because most people brush the back of their hair down, brush the front of their hair forward, and then brush the sides down. So once you get to this part of your hair, the hair is going in multiple directions. So you got to be very careful in that area. You can't just get to cutting all willy-nilly. All right, so we almost got it even across the top. Let me clean this up a little bit. We're going to use this mirror here on the side so we can make sure we get behind the ear real good. As you can see, I'm still going down on the side of my head. I'm going down. I don't know how much you can see, but I'm going down in the back as well. And it's a combination of kind of down and forward. When I get towards the back of my head, not quite to the crown, it's a little bit of down and forward. Kind of in that swooping motion. Train all the hair to be going in the same direction. Now, of course, this is for my folks who keep their hair cut pretty low. For a long time, I used to wear a box and high top fade for a long time. Like 10 years though, but I might have cut my hair off once or twice, but primarily that's how I wore it. And I think that's a different haircut for a different live stream. Alright, so we just got to make sure that it's all even before you start touching the back. You want it to be as even as possible on the top and on the sides, as much as you can. And you can see, like for me, I could tell because it looks darker in certain areas. So I know I need to go over those areas again. And then usually when I go over those areas, I can hear the clippers getting a little bit louder, which means it's still cutting the hair in that area. And I'm not pressing down super hard, but I'm pressing down. Not super hard, but I am pressing down. Alright. It's close. Still need to get the back, but let's just make sure that it's as even as possible. This takes a little bit of patience. You know, you don't want to be out here looking like you cut your own hair, even if you cut your own hair. Alright, so we're gonna clean the clippers out, brush, same brush. And you can brush it a little bit, that'll also help. Alright, now before you can do anything else, any fading or anything like that, man, you gotta get the back. So double check behind the ear, pull the ear down, make sure you get all that you can see from the front. You don't want to go too much past what you can see just looking forward and turning your head. Alright, so on this side, and we had a bit of a kerfuffle. And we are also going to do the same thing. We're going forward, and don't you worry, we're going to blend that in. You will not be able to tell that we had a bit of a snafu. Alright, so to the back. Gotta have a mirror where you can turn around and do it like this. Alright. Yeah. What up, though? Alright, so we're gonna do this thing in the mirror. So if you look up here, you can see that it's where it breaks off. It's light and then it's dark. So you gotta be able to get up pretty close to the mirror so you can see what direction that hair goes in. Still, you also got to know how you brush your hair. So this part of my hair goes down and to the side, so I know that I can cut it down and to the side. And then you can really just go straight all the way down to your neck. Now everybody rolls in the back of the head, roll a little different. But you still got to get them rolls now. Alright, so don't worry about the crown. Cut around the crown, because the crown is going in multiple directions. Alright, so we're going to make sure this is even. Try to get as close to the mirror as you can. The mirror behind you. So you can see what's going on. You gotta clean up that neck. And then you get to do the same thing on this side. I'm right-handed, so this side should be a little easier. Gotta find that angle where your arms are not in the way. But it's only so much real estate on the back of your head anyway. Alright. It's getting clean. And holding this mirror is not an easy task either. Alright, so you gotta make sure you get up under that roll. Gotta get up under that roll there. Right. Trying to cheat. Now I kind of got it sitting on the doorknob. Okay, let's close that. Okay. sitting in a bunch of hairs. Let me clean this sink off a little bit. So this hair is on the floor. Cause we gonna sweep up the floor. We gonna sweep up the floor later. Don't worry, we gonna sweep up the floor. Get all the little hairs up. No big deal. All right. I just want to be able to sit and do this, cause then I can rest this big old mirror on my knee, and it gets me a little closer to the mirror too. So. Now also, you could tell some of these parts in the back of your head, you're going to have to go in a different direction with the clippers. You're not going to be able to go down. If you want it to be even, you're going to have to cut up to get more of the hair off, but you can't keep the clippers on the same setting. This part of the crown goes down and swoop. This part of the crown goes up. This way. And you will have a big ass bald spot if you go the wrong way on your crown. So the patience is a virtue when you are cutting your own hair. I'm doing a little bit of blending here because this is where all my rolls meet. So you might have to blend these rolls a little bit. I couldn't even hear her. Okay. Oh, that's not too shabby. All right. 23 minutes in. It's usually about a 30-minute process. All right, so let's deal with this. Let's deal with our snafu. All right, now I'm doing a taper. If I was doing a ball fade, it'd be a bigger issue, but I'm just going. All right, so we're gonna even the blade, push the blade all the way forward so the blades are even. This is where you can get the lowest cut. We're gonna start right there from that line. We're gonna take that lowest cut and we're gonna bring it right up to where the hairline turns, right where it's going down. So you want to make it that same length up to this line. Get the corner to slide behind the ear. We'll clean that up. Open up the blade just a little. Get that area right behind the ear. As clean as you can get it. So you might want to go over it a few times so it's pretty clean there. Alright. Boom, boom. Right up to that line. Open that bad boy up. See, this is all the way. Open it up about halfway to start blending against the grain. You don't want to press all the way down because you can create a new line. Just want to lightly go against the dark hair areas. Boom. Now you don't want to go too far past your line, and if you start blending past your line, and then you're going up too far. Alright, let's brush this out. See what she looks like up close. Alright, so that thing is coming together. It's coming together. It could be a little better. Alright. Right now I got it on 0. And I'm just touching the line that I created to make it as seamless from the 0 to like the 1 as possible. Keep brushing the thing down. Make sure it's laying the way you want it. It'll help you to see the line. About halfway down on the blade here. You see I'm not using a guard. And you can hear it cutting. I'm trying to even blend this just a little. So it all kind of goes from 0 to the 1. And again, this is the left side of my head. This is the side that's harder to do, so I'm doing this side first. It'll be easier once I get over here because I can make this side, because I'm right-handed, look more like that side. And you know, and then like when you got it, you just got to kind of let it be. Like, this is pretty good as far as shading goes. I'm using the mirror here to also guide. Not too shabby. What's up, baby? Huh? Just turn it down my ear. It's hot. Okay. Alright. Done with the gel. Hey, that's pretty good right there. It's pretty fucking saucy. Alright. Brush that thing down. Brush that thing down. Alright. We're gonna do the sides and the back, and then we a baddie. Alright. Same thing. 0 to this line to behind the ear. Now press down a little bit so you can get a clean line. See, this is a lot easier to do on the right side because I'm right-handed. It took a little bit more patience on the other side. Right? So the line is a lot more clear on this side than I had it on that side. All right, actually bring it up a little bit more because you really want it to be even. All right, boom. Had it all the way down. Now you want it all the way up. Against the grain. Up to the lining. The further back you go, you don't want to go all the way up to this line here. You want to kind of have it going down towards the ear. So, still got it all the way stretched out. It's basically I think you can call it a one guard. So you want to get this as even as possible. We're using the mirror in front of me and we're using the mirror to the side. As you get closer to the behind your ear, obviously you're gonna have to use the mirror to the side because you can't see behind your ear looking straight forward. Alright, so let's go ahead and brush this down. So you can see how close to done we are. Let's get that little spot behind the ear. Now this is halfway. 0, 1, about halfway. To continue and to finish off blending it in. Now I got a little chunk right here behind my ears, a little piece of fat. So you may have to lower the guard again to get in that groove right there. But be super careful because you could mess your whole shit up. So if you're blending and you got it down to a 0, then you really only want to use the corners of the blade here, here, depending on the side of your head that you're on. Because if you use the whole blade, then obviously you could put a bald spot in your shit. So use the corners if you're blending towards the front of your, you want to, and then as you get closer towards your ear, you want to use the back side. Behind the ear. Here's a little thicker right here. Got it on one. Got the blade all the way up to the top. Now we're gonna go forward. How we looking? Left side, right side. Looks pretty even. Yeah, I think we can say that that's pretty even there. Always got to be taming your hair. While you're cutting your hair, you should be taming your hair to go in the direction that you want it to go when you start cutting on it. Yeah, I think I'm close to done. Sometimes you got to get the lining in there. Sometimes you got to do your lining so you can actually see how well it's blended. So I think this is good enough for now, where we can do the lining. But before we do the lining, of course you got to do the back of your hair, because the back got to be lined up too. So we cleaning off the sink once again. Got to keep the sink clean. All right, this floor is a mess, mad itchy, but that's all right, because we almost done. Almost done. All right, cool. So let's look at the back one more time. Now, to be honest with you, I don't always blend the back of my head because it's the back of my head. Like, who the fuck's talking to the back of my head? Nobody really. Right? So sometimes I just leave it even and then I'll just line it up around the outsides. But let's see. All right. Check the back. Usually I can get it pretty good, like down here towards the bottom of my neck, the bottom of my hairline. It's usually pretty even from when I go in and make it even all the way around. So yeah, and I know this mirror could be cleaner. Mind your business. All right. So honestly, man, I'm not even gonna front. This side looks good. This side is a little blotchy, but you can't really tell. And then this is kind of why I don't make a big stink about the back of my head, because it's always relatively even. So, you know, I think we're just gonna line this boy up. All right. Okay. Time to break out the T-liners. So we're gonna do the back first. Just use the mirror to the side to get the back. These are your plant fingers, kind of like that, and then you use this kind of like chopsticks, so you can boot. All right. So let's see. You're using the edge of the blade, because you don't want to go too deep. Okay, matter of fact, we're not going to do this. We're going to have to use the mirror, turn around backwards to get this done. Alright. No cutting corners. Speaking of cutting corners, the edge right there, get as much as you can until you can see it start to come in. Cut along the edge as much as you can. It's one side. Yeah, I should have did the left side first, but whatever. Now we on the left side. Hey, let me tell it. That's good enough. If I'm the one telling it. And then if you just kind of want to get fancy, you know, you can like half guard these boys up the back of your neck so you can get a bit of a blend in the back, but it's not really necessary. Not too shabby. Alright, so now you gotta get that line, this line in time. Now I'm no longer in my youth, so my lining is a bit pushed back, you know what I'm saying? It's all good. I'm still in my youth, but you know, it's over. So anyway, your liner, you want to start in the middle, in my opinion, because the middle kind of sets you up for everything else. So if you can get that middle part pretty saucy, then you're pretty good to go. So for me, I had braids for a long time too. So my hair got super thin, like right up in this area at the front of my lining. So it kind of pulled my whole lining back, and to keep it kind of straight, I have to cut it back a little bit, but should still be looking good though, because I'm a player, you know. So we're gonna go ahead and get this thing nice and crispy. Now, honestly, these are some good liners, but my blades are not as sharp as I would like them to be. So my liners just be good, they don't be great. But my technique is there though. I need to find a little shop where they can adjust my blades so my shit cut. But in the meantime, in the between time, this will get the job done. That's not the. I want your shit to look like, man. Now, especially with the liners, you gotta keep the blade clean. So every once in a while, you gotta brush the blades so to get the hair out of it. Now, sometimes if you want your shit crispy, man, you gotta pull it back a little bit. That's how they do it at the barber shop. That's how it is when you're cutting your own shit. And when you just start getting a little older, your lining just start going back a little bit. You just gotta be prepared to push your shit back. Sometimes this is the best way. I mean, I don't love it, but I like it a lot. Sometimes good enough is good enough. It is a self haircut. It's not like it's not like I'm at a barber shop and cutting my own shit. It's been a long time since I cut these off. It don't look like it, but my shit don't grow that fast. But I'm just ready for a new look, so we going in. Alright, we're gonna start here. We're gonna disconnect. We're gonna take it all little by little. Before we fully commit. That's a different look in and of itself. Subtle, but different. Let me get this stash together. Super important, super underrated. The lip line. Shit's gotta be crispy, man. Do I really want to cut my shit off? It's coming off. A little bit at a time. So no look. Couple white hairs in there. I ain't get down there. Hey.
Baby, I like that look on you.
Hey.
Hey. Oh my goodness. You look younger. And ooh.
Yeah.
Looking good, baby.
Thank you, baby.
Yeah. Wow, it's been so long
I know.
since I've seen you like that. Yeah. Like a little snack.
Not too shabby.
At all.
Hey, if the lady like it, that's all that matters.
Right, I do.
Fuck what y'all talking about.
I do.
TSO to the world blow.
Yeah, baby.